us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
She's going to be at the Festival of Books and Creativity at the end of June in Novi, Michigan, along with 53 other authors. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of us out there. We're going to have about 46 different genres and right around 280 book titles.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So you're going to have about 5 of those books?
Yeah, I will. And my 5th one just released on March 11th. So I got lucky enough to have them actually printed in time.
You must have published with Amazon to say that.
Of course I did.
How did I know? So tell us about your books, including your latest.
All right. So the first 4 books are out of a interconnected standalone series set in South Haven, Michigan,
Oh.
actually. So the first one is Igniting the Heart, and this one is a firefighter romance.
Oh.
And then we've got Everlasting Vows. This one is a gym owner and the friend of the female main character from the first one.
Oh, interconnected.
Yes, they all are. The stories do carry along, but you could read them as a standalone if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the third one is Whispers of Longing, and this one is going to be a police officer.
Ooh.
And then 4, which the cover, so proud of the cover. Like, it took me forever to do this one. So this is 4.
Oh.
This is another firefighter. Again, they're all friends. So
okay.
this one is book 4 in the series. This one is Flames of Destiny. And then the 5th one is, I'm going to say it's a spin-off. Let's just go with that. So
Okay.
it is a complete standalone, but it is a musician. This is Bandit. A firefighter in this one, Rory, is actually also an aspiring musician, and these two meet on social media and do a show together. So Bandit is introduced in book 4.
Oh, okay.
And the cool thing about this one is Bandit is actually an indie artist from Detroit.
Oh.
And that really is him.
Very cool. So how did you get inspired to write this series? What triggered that?
So I've always loved South Haven. But for me, it was just romance in general. I love romance books. And I would oftentimes just read until I couldn't read anymore. But I found that a lot of the things I was reading were very similar. And I was like, I want something that's just a little bit different than what I always read. So I thought, I've never seen a series done in Michigan at all for romance, which I know there are, but I just hadn't read them. And nothing about South Haven. And I was like, how can you not have something about South Haven? So that's how that came up.
Right. So are you a plotter or are you a pantser?
I am definitely a pantser. Definitely a pantser. However, I tried with Igniting the Heart, I tried to kind of lay out some sort of something. And it worked. I just gave basic details so that I kind of knew how the story was going to flow. But for the others, I didn't, with the exception of Bandit, and that's because Bandit is actually Louis Lee is the artist that this book is about, and every single one of the chapters is, let me see if I can find this quickly, is actually one of his songs. So
Oh,
yeah, so they're all his songs. So I had to basically tell a story in his song. So I kind of had to lay it out a little bit in that way.
okay. That makes sense. So how are you connected with this musician? Because you must be connected somehow to be able to use him
Well,
on your cover and oh,
yeah, so I actually found him on TikTok.
oh,
Um, we were on TikTok. I was scrolling through one day and I said, "Wait a minute. Michigan artist," and he does what he refers to it as country hop and roll. So yeah, it's country, hip hop, and rock and roll all
aha,
together.
interesting.
But the song was really good that I was
Mm-hmm.
listening to, and I'm like, okay, you've got a fan for life. Like, and you're from Detroit, like we're
Yeah.
friends now. And he came back and was so kind. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you find on TikTok that you don't get a lot of interaction with
Mm-hmm.
people, especially in the music industry. This guy, if you ask him a question, he'll respond. If you tag
Nice.
him, he'll respond. So finally, I got up the courage and I said, "Okay, any way you'd want to do this?" And he was like, "Let's do it." So that's kind of like
Nice.
that's kind of like the cover of book 4. The cover of book 4 is Charlie Kingery, and he was on Live PD, and he's now like he's huge on TikTok, and he has a music career now as well. So I kind of just reached out to him and I was like, "Hey," and he's from Indiana, so not far.
Ah, very cool. It's always interesting to see where people take their inspiration from. And so you've got these 5 books.
Mhm.
So what's on tap next?
Oh, so the South Haven series, when all said and done, it's going to be 9. It's a 9-book series.
Oh, okay.
So I've got book 5 that will be coming soonish. It will be this year,
Okay.
probably mid-year,
Mm-hmm.
and that one is going to be a biker.
Oh.
My good friend, who I also actually met through TikTok, but we're like actual really friends. Um,
Mm-hmm.
his name is Biker Grim on TikTok, and he has agreed to do the cover for me. So yeah, it worked out great.
That is awesome. So this series is 9 books.
Yes.
You've got the spin-off.
Yep.
Um, any other plans? Any other writing plans and any other genres? Because this is all romance.
You know what? I really like romance. I will probably always stick to romance, and there's
Okay.
spicy romance, so
Mm-hmm.
not just it's not just any romance.
There's a little bit of spice in there.
They go from like 2 chili peppers to 5. So
Okay. So what is the scale of chili peppers? What is the top end?
the top end is 5. So this is
Okay.
yeah, and that's Bandit. Bandit is the spiciest.
Oh, okay.
And it starts with, so book 1 is like the least spicy.
Ah, okay.
I'm easing them into it.
Awesome. So what do you do on for like your 9 to 5, your daily job, or is writing your daily job?
Writing is not my daily job. So I actually work for the Kalamazoo Literacy Council.
Oh.
I I work with adults. We teach them to read, basically. So it's reading, writing, spelling comprehension, English skills in general. I am the operations manager. So, as odd as it sounds, like it may sound like I'm doing the same thing. No, I actually work with data all day.
Oh.
I am basically a data specialist.
That's completely different.
Yep.
Um, so is any of your daily job influenced into your writing?
Absolutely. So, one thing you wouldn't probably guess is, well, how many times have you ever read a truly adult romance book that is set for somebody that can read at, say the fifth grade reading level? Not very often. I don't think I've ever seen it. So the problem that I found a
Hmm.
lot with romance, and what really bothered me, was that there was a lot of big words. And
Okay.
I've been with the Literacy Council for 14 years. So for me, I see that and I'm like, I can't let this stand. We have to find a way to let everybody read.
Yeah.
So my books are set low enough that some of our, mid-range learners could actually read them and enjoy them if they wanted to.
Oh, nice. That's a now I would have never guessed for that tie-in.
Yeah,
That is
that's the
definitely
way.
a very unique tie-in. That is cool. So what do you like to do outside of work and outside of writing?
Well, that's tough. I read a lot. A lot, a lot. Other than that, I spend a lot of time with my family. And oddly enough, so I almost had to cancel our session and reschedule it because my daughter is pregnant and she's past her due date now.
Ooh.
And I was a little concerned. I'm going, okay, don't do that to me. She's set to be induced on Sunday. So
Oh,
I get
wow.
to spend time with my grandson now and then soon my granddaughter.
Oh, nice. Now, do they obviously live fairly close to you
Yeah.
then?
Yeah. They're within 15 minutes.
Oh, nice. Very cool. And you are from Michigan
Hmm.
and always lived in Michigan?
Yep, always.
What area of Michigan have you? Is it primarily the same area, the Kalamazoo area, or?
Yeah, Kalamazoo, Plainwell, a little bit of like south, so Vicksburg, Mendon, Schoolcraft area, but mainly
Okay.
Kalamazoo.
But but your romance is placed in South Haven. So how did you pick South Haven for where you wanted to base your romances out of?
I like South Haven. It's really weird because everybody thinks, oh, South Haven's got to be this big place, right? That like everybody swarms to. It's not. It's like it's one to me. It reminds me of like a nice. It's small town, right? I mean, we have
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Chicago, things like that are way bigger.
Yeah.
Even Kalamazoo is bigger,
Yeah.
but so it's kind of small towny, and I like the small town romance type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's kind of what sealed the deal for me is I like to go there and shop. So
Oh.
all the little shops and the little things, and South Haven is still close to Kalamazoo, Pawpaw. My parents live in Goble, so I tie in a lot of
Okay.
other locations, even though the main setting is South Haven.
So did they go end up going to the lighthouse?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely like in the lighthouse is actually in the book. Like you'll see it on there.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I do kind of reference the lighthouses and like there's one spot that I found years ago, like I was a teenager, and it was like a rocky cove that we used to go to all the time because we thought we were cool and nobody would find us and we were dumb teenagers. So I used that in the book. And if you
Mhm.
go to South Haven enough, you understand that.
That'll be fun. I have so many books that I now need to buy. I'm not quite sure how we're going to transport them back. So I don't
You might
know.
need to ship them.
I know. I'll have to take one. I'll have to make sure I grab an extra box for the because we've got the Inkwell Bingo where everybody that comes in will get a bingo card that has all the
Mhm.
author pictures on it and our vendors, and they'll go around to them, and then they'll be put into a drawing to win a box of books.
Yeah.
And I get those prepaid USPS boxes, or not prepaid, but one rate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the one rate ones. So it's like, I just get one of those, put a bunch of books in, and ship it down to myself.
I would.
I have all these boxes, and I'll have to tell my neighbor, can you grab the boxes that show up at the door?
They're heavy. You've been
Yeah,
warned.
yeah. FYI, they are a bit heavy. That's why I'm using the one rate ones. You only pay 18 something, and you get to ship a whole box of books. Awesome. Well, this has been fun getting to know you and getting to see you in virtual. And I will see you in person at the end of June. Thanks for
Thank
taking this
you.
time.
Thank you.